Welcome into Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University for the final game of day 2 of bracket play of the 6A baseball tournament here on KSLSports.com. We've got a good one between Region 3 foes. You've got the defending champion, American Fork Cavemen, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 5 seed, Lehi Pioneers, a rematch of last year's championship series in which American Fork came away on top with the state championship. And we'll go ahead. My name is Trevor Allen. Let's go ahead and get into the starting lineup. So the designated home team is Lehi. So American Fork is the designated visiting team. They will bat at the top of the lineup, or the top of the inning, excuse me. So we'll go ahead and get to their batting lineup right now for American Fork. Leading off, Bodie Cajero, who is the shortstop. Batting second, playing second base, Gavin Robinson. Batting third and catching is Cash Polson. Batting fourth and playing first base is Kenny Johnson. Batting fifth and playing in left field is Talon Willardson. Batting sixth, playing right field is River Litke. Batting seventh and is the designated hitter, Bentley Taggart. Batting eighth and in center field, Ty Holmstead. Batting ninth and playing third base is Jens Price. Cajero will get a base hit. He'll go and get a double. So just like that, it's a leadoff double.
Now plate number 4, Gavin Robinson.
Now Gavin Robinson will come to the plate. And also pitching for Lehi is Cannon Whiteley. Get his numbers here in a few moments. Grounder to short and over to first and out number 1. And that will send Cajero over to third. And Cash Polson will come to the plate. And ball 1. After this pitch, we'll get Whiteley's numbers. Seven appearances, 6.30 ERA, 26 and 2/3 innings pitched, 39 hits, 31 runs, 24 earned, 15 base on balls, 21 strikeouts, 3 home runs allowed, and 137 batters faced coming into this one. Chopper to short, over to first, route number 1, but the run does score. So American Fork on the board here in the top of the first.
Coming to the plate, number 17, Kenny Johnson.
And Kenny Johnson will come to the plate. Johnson pitched yesterday in their win over Jordan to begin bracket play. And that one will go in for a base hit, and Kenny Johnson gets a single.
Coming to the plate, number 9, Talon Willardson.
Talon Willardson will come to the plate next. 2 outs. 1 run already scored, and 1 on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here for Willardson as they try to pick off first base. Into the gap, base hit. And Johnson will go to second. And Willardson is aboard with a single.
Coming to the plate, number 3, River Litke.
River Litke is up next. And if we get to the 7-hole hitter, will be the designated hitter, Bentley Taggart. Grounder to the pitcher. Flip it over to first base, and that'll end the inning. Allowing 1 run, but 3 hits, 2 stranded, and through a half inning. Leading off for Lehi. We'll get to their batting order here in just a moment, but the pitcher for American Fork will be Cruz Adams. He's a sophomore. 12 appearances, 2 saves, a 5-2 record, a 3.97 ERA. 37 innings pitched, 35 hits, 29 runs, 21 earned, 23 base on balls, 57 strikeouts, 4 home runs allowed, and 173 batters faced. And here's the batting order for the Lehi Pioneers. Leading off will be right fielder James Rex. Batting second, playing shortstop, Jake Welch. Batting third and catching is Hazen Elton. Batting fourth, playing center field, Dawson Brown. Batting fifth, playing third base, Cole Ibarra. Batting sixth, playing left field is Murphy Madsen. Batting seventh and pitching, Cannon Whiteley. Batting eighth, playing first base is Ryder Schultz. Batting ninth, playing second base is Brody Bauer. Here's the pitch. That one's outside, ball 1. That goes into the gap in center field, and now he drops it, so he's going to go extra bases. He's rounding for third. He's going home. Coach is telling him to put on the stop sign, and he does. Looked like he was going home. Might have made it, but either way, that's a leadoff triple for James Rex.
Now coming to play number 2, Jake Welch.
Jake Welch, who was an absolute star last night defensively, had a lot of putouts. Three 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That'll be a walk. So base on balls for Jake Welch. And that's 2 on with no outs.
Now to play number 4.
Runners on the corners. With Hazen Elton coming to the plate, the catcher. Strike 1. Fouled off. Here's the 0-2. That one is crushed into left field, and it goes off the wall. There'll be extra bases, 1 run scores, and that's 2 run scores, and that's a 2 RBI triple for Hazen Elton. Not only did Lehi answer with 1 run, they answered with 2 and have a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. Now coming to the plate, Dawson Brown. He's already facing a ball 1. A little bit of a meeting here with Cruz Adams, just among his teammates. The umpire's going to go break up the party. Adams with the 1-0. Make it 2-0. Now 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Lifted high into center field, and the catch is made. And the tag at third, and he's safe. And that was the speed runner for Hazen Elton, because he's a catcher. So he's got to go get his gear on. And now it's 3-1 Riverton. So no one on. Coley Barra is at the plate with 1 out. 3 runs scored on 2 hits. here in the bottom of the first. Count is 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Just past us.
Foul ball, return the foul ball to the press box. Get a free Frosty.
Strike 3. So backwards K for Cruz Adams. Murphy Madsen will come to the plate with 2 outs. Upstairs, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. The winner of this game will have to await their opponent for the winner of the loser of this game and Corner Canyon. Or excuse me, of Riverton. Which the loser of this game will play Riverton tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 in the one loss bracket. Three balls and 1 strike. Here for Murphy Madsen. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count goes full. Here's the pitch. And strike 3. He will strike out looking, and that'll end the inning. But not without Lehi putting up 3 runs. And they have a 3-1 lead over American Fork. We'll be back with the top of the second after this here on KSLSports.com. Austin Bigelow directing traffic here. It's for kids who find the foul ball. If you bring it to the press box, you get a free Frosty courtesy of Wendy's, a proud partner of the UHSAA. Austin,
always take care of the children.
Always take care of the children. There you go, Austin. It's good to hear from our cameraman, doing a great job. He's thawed out from last night, that's for sure. I'm glad that he didn't get any frostbite, at least that we know of. Leading off for American Fork is River Litke. So 6, 7, 8 hitters. Or excuse me, Bentley Taggart. And he will get a leadoff single. Bentley Taggart.
Now to play number 11, Ty Homestead.
If that first inning was any indication, you better go get your popcorn if you haven't already and get ready, settle in for a good one here tonight. Ty Homestead. So 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order. Homestead into the gap between the shortstop and the second baseman for a base hit. So back-to-back singles for the Cavemen.
Now hitting number 2, Jens Price.
Jens Price at the bottom of the order. He made some big hits yesterday against Jordan. And a wild pitch will advance the runners. So runners on second and third. Here for Price. No one out. Swing and a miss, strike one. Another swing and a miss, strike two. One and two the count. Whiteley with the delivery. Fouled off. Another wild pitch, and they're going to stay. Ball didn't travel as far, so no harm done there. But that will even the count at 2-2. Fouled off once again. And that'll be a base hit. Send in one run and two. And it's a 2 RBI double for Jens Price. And we're all tied up at 3. So Taggart and Homestead score. And now we're back to the top of the order with Bodie Guerrero. And we have a mound meeting. Doesn't look like a pitching change, although there is activity in the bullpen for Lehi. No one in the bullpen for American Fork. Guerrero steps into the box. And a gap into the gap between first and second base. And a single, so now runners on the corners.
Now playing number 4, Gavin Robinson.
Still no outs. And a strike. Pitch to Robinson. It's another strike. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Whiteley. And Robinson is down on strikes. 1 out.
Coming to the plate, number 5, Cash Polson.
Cash Polson, the catcher. He grounded to third, but they went over to first, and a run still scored. Pickoff attempt at first. One on, 1 out. Jens Price is at third. Or excuse me, 2 on. Because Bodie Guerrero is on first. Fouled off. You could hear that one roll on top of the ballpark here, above us. One the count. One's into the turf, ball 2. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Here in the top of the second. Whiteley with the 2-1. Fouled off. So rolls down the first base line. Evens the count at 2-2. Fouled off once again. Here's the 2-2. Into foul territory, but the catch is made for out number 2. Rex making the catch in right field.
Now to play number 17, Kenny Johnson.
Kenny Johnson is up next. He had a single in the first inning. Almost fouled off.
Foul ball returned to the press box for a free Frosty.
Into the turf. And he gets there for the stolen base. So Guerrero at second. And over to first base. And that'll end the inning.
Cavemen scored 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, a strand 1. In the middle of 2, it's the Cavemen 4, the Pioneers 3. Wilson is the official ball of the Utah High School Activities Association for athletes to perform their best.
I have the score wrong there. Get it fixed when we come back here on KSLSports.com. Doing this by myself is a little tough because as you look over to the scoreboard, or try to update the scoreboard here on the screen, you might miss a thing or two, or try to write down things in the book. And so I did miss a run. It was a sacrifice fly, where third came home, and so it is 4-3 in favor of American Fork. And leading off for Lehi is Cannon Whiteley, the pitcher. Here in the bottom of the second, so I apologize. Chopper to second. Over to first for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, number 24, Ryder Schultz.
Ryder Schultz will come to the plate for his first at-bat. As we're at the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. In the 8 hole is Schultz. And also playing first base. We'll also see Brody Bauer. He's on deck. And a base hit right up the middle. And Ryder Schultz with a single.
Now to plate number 1, Brody Bauer.
Brody Bauer will round out the bottom of the order here. And then James Rex. Is in the on-deck circle. We go back to the top of the order. One on the count. Here for Adams. And strike 1. So 2-1 the count. With 1 on, 1 out. That one's upstairs for a ball. So now 3-1. The pitcher's count. Or excuse me, batter's count. And strike 2. Full count. Foul ball.
That's a Wendy's foul ball. Return foul ball to press box. Get a 3, Frosty.
And he'll walk. So now 2 aboard with 1 out.
Coming to the plate, number 8, James Rex.
James Rex come to the plate. Top of the order now. He had a triple in the first inning and later scored. Adams looks at second. Here's the pitch. And a strike. And another strike. Pitcher's count, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Grounder to third, over to second, and over to first. He's safe, so 1 out. Runners on the corners. And Rex is aboard on fielder's choice.
Coming to the plate, number 2, Jake Welch.
Jake Welch will come to the plate. So Schultz is at third. Bauer is out. And Rex is at first. Fouled off. Fouled off. Strike 2. Down into the turf. Ball one. They're able to complete the strikeout.
And the Pioneers score no runs.
And that'll do it.
Strand two.
Head to the top of the third. Here on KSLSports.com, the 6A baseball tournament. Brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account. With 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance, 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tab responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Trevor Allen here with you. Final game of our quadruple header today. We'll have another set of 4 games tomorrow here at Miller Field. We've already got 2 of our games set up. Well, potentially. Because 2 teams tomorrow are going to be playing twice. So if you win in the 1-loss bracket games tomorrow at 11 and 1:30, those 2 teams will play again at 4:30 and 7, respectively. And strike 2, as the leadoff man is Talon Willardson. He had a single in his first at-bat. Grounded to first, and he'll take it over himself. Will Schultz for out number 1.
Now to play number 3, River Litkey.
River Litkey will come to the plate now. 0 for 1. Strike 1. Cruz Adams with 3 strikeouts. Cannon Whiteley with 1 for Lehi. Blooper over to third, and out number 2.
Coming to the plate number 30, Bentley Taggart.
Bentley Taggart, the designated hitter, with a single and later scored a run. Here's the pitch from Whiteley. That may have hit him. Nope. Close. It'll be a ball 1. That one's fouled off. Still strike 2. Excuse me, strike 1. The umpire talking to the pitcher. Brushes off home plate, and we're back at it. Grounder to short, over to first. And out number 3, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 for Lehi, and they will come to the plate next. Welcome back. Leading off is Hazen Elton. He had a 2 RBI triple and later scored a run. Well, his pinch or speed up runner scored the run. Apologies there, had a sneeze. 0-2 the count. And now ball one. Chopper to short. And over to first for out number one.
Coming to the plate number 3, Dawson Brown.
Dawson Brown had a sacrifice fly in his last at bat. So an RBI. Runs into the turf for ball one. Here's the pitch. Into the turf once again. Ball two. Side once again, ball three. So 3-0. Hitters count here for Dawson Brown. And strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Count goes full. With one out, no one on.
This is the override on it.
Adams with the payoff. And it'll walk him. So base on balls for Dawson Brown with one out. Here in the bottom of the third. Lehi Pioneers, he struck out looking in his last at bat in the first inning. Swing and a miss, strike one. Here's the 0-1. And that one goes back to the wall. Ibarra will go to second. The runner will come home. That's Dawson Brown, and a run is scored. And we're tied on an RBI double by Lehi Pioneers.
Now at plate number 7, Murphy Madsen.
Murphy Madsen is at the dish. Struck out looking in his last at bat. With 1 out, a runner in scoring position. Ball game tied at 4 runs. One the count. Calls time. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. And the catch is made in center field. What a grab by Ty Homestead for out number 2.
Coming to play number 6, Cannon Whiteley.
Kenan Whiteley, the pitcher. Now step into the box. Runner on second, 2 outs. 1 run already across. And a base hit for Whiteley, and that'll send the runner home. That's Kolibara, and he's out. And that will end the inning. Great throw to home plate. And a great tag, and that'll end the inning. We remain tied, heading to the top of the 4th here on KSLSports.com. Leading off for the Cavemen is Ty Homestead. As we're at the top of the 4th inning. Homestead had a single and later scored a run. Strike 1. Ball 1. Whiteley with the pitch. Chopper. First base will go over to the pitcher for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, number 2, Jens Price.
Jens Price is up next. He had a 2 RBI double back in the bottom of the 2nd. That one's a low ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Fouled off for strike one. Two balls, one strike, one out, no one on. Here in the top of the fourth. I'll go over to the third base for out number two.
Now to plate number one, Bodie Guerrero.
Bodie Guerrero, as we go to the top of the order, will come to the dish. Has a single and a double. He also stole a base and he scored a run. Strike one, or excuse me, strike two. Whiteley ahead of the count here. Swing and a miss, strike three. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth, all tied up at 4 here on KSLSports.com. Leading off for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the fourth is Ryder Schultz batting in the 8 hole. So 8-9-1 in the order. Trevor Allen here with you. All tied up at 4. Want to remind you our coverage brought to you by Waddup's Insurance Agency. While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental, properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. Schultz had a single in the second inning. And that one's inside, nearly hit him. Ball 1. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's out number 1. And the 4th strikeout for Cruz Adams. We go to the bottom of the order with Brody Bauer. He reached base on balls in his first at bat in the bottom of the in the bottom of the second inning. Strike 1. Outside, ball 1. Excuse me, ball 2. Inside, ball 3. Behind in the count. 3-1. No one on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Adams with the pitch. That's high into foul territory near the bullpen, but Kenny Johnson will make the catch for out number 2. James Rex, as we go to the top of the order, is due up next. Reached on a fielder's choice, but also has a triple and later scored. And a bunt, but it goes foul. Rex has got some wheels. I mean, you obviously had a triple, but as Jeff Clough of the UHSAA said in the last on the last broadcast earlier, speed kills in baseball. It really is in any sport, honestly. Outside, ball one. That one's driven into left field. Catch is made by Willardson for out number 3, and that'll end the inning.
And the Pioneers score. No runs on no hits, no errors, or stranded runners. At the end of the
And we're still all knotted up at 4, heading into the bottom of the 4th inning here on KSL Sports.
passes by, and we may be missing
.com.
opportunities to form bonds with those closest
Or excuse me, top of the 5th
teams leading
here on
that
KSL Sports. Gavin Robinson will lead off for the Cavemen here in the top of the 5th as we're all knotted up.
Leading up the Cavemen number 4, Gavin Robinson.
That one is sent to left field, back to the wall near the foul pole, and it'll be a leadoff double for Gavin Robinson.
Coming to the plate for 5, Cash Wilson.
Cash Polson is up next. He's 0 for 2, but has helped driven in some runs as we have a mound visit. See if we'll have a pitching change. And we will have a pitching change. We'll go ahead and step aside and be back after this. Our new pitcher is Case Kelly. Get your numbers on him.
On air? What's the pitcher's name? Tegan Stevenson? Okay. I don't know who you need to talk to correct it. We can correct it on our end.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting it, but I'm just going off what's on the roster.
Yeah, that's
His name's Tegan Stevenson. He has another kid's jersey on because his doesn't fit.
That would be why then. They're just going off the roster that
I know,
is
but it's the
online. So
wrong name.
I know. So
Can you fix it?
I can fix it on my end, but what is his name?
Tegan Stevenson.
Tegan-
He's number 10 normally.
Tegan Stevenson, and that's who's there right now. Okay, press box is right here. So tell them to tell the PA announcer as well. Okay, so come to find out, it's Tegan Stevenson who's the pitcher. He normally wears number 10, but his jersey didn't fit. And again, we just go off of what's online, but we'll correct it here. And we'll get the numbers on Stevenson. "13 appearances, 2 saves, 3-0 record, 2.13 ERA, 26 and 1/3 innings pitched, 31 hits, 14 runs, 8 earned, 5 base on balls, 17 strikeouts, 121 batters faced. Here for Stevenson. And 1-2 the count. The runner on second. And that's Gavin Robinson. So Cash Polson is at the plate. It's outside. Ball 2. Got all situated there. I believe that was his mother who came up to the press box. Stevenson with the pitch. So full count here for Stevenson. Cash Polson at the dish. Here's the pitch. Right in the gap for a base hit. And Robinson will stay at third. So it's a single for Cash Polson.
Coming to the plate, number 17, Kenny Johnson.
So runners on the corners.
Pioneers, number 22 is Tegan Stevenson.
No outs. And again, runners on the corners. With Polson and Robinson on base. And Kenny Johnson is at the plate. 1 for 2. Sends that one into the American Fork or the Lehi bullpen. Foul ball. Catcher gives out the call. Here's the pitch from Stevenson. Just outside, ball 1. And a base hit. That'll bring the runner home at third. So Johnson with an RBI single. And American Fork has the lead.
Coming to the plate, number 9, Talon Willardson.
Talon Willardson is up next. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. No outs. And 2 on. A little blooper over to the pitcher. And the throw was high, couldn't get down in time. So that'll be a base hit, and the bases are juiced. So Cash Polson's speed runner is at third. Kenny Johnson is at second. And Talon Willardson is at first base. And now the umpires are coming together. And they confirm he's safe. So Stevenson in a bit of a jam here. No outs, bases loaded. Already one run across. Here in the top of the fifth. And another mound meeting. Want to remind you our coverage brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tab responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Trevor Allen, Austin Bigelow here. Austin holding the outside down. Final game of the day here in bracket play. As we'll go to the last fully scheduled day tomorrow of bracket play. And then Thursday will be the F games, which we won't know those until tomorrow's games are played. And then Friday we'll move over to UVU for the championship series. Inside, ball one. Here's the pitch into the turf. Ball two. Well, once again. So this is a big jam now. 3 balls, no strikes. No outs, bases juiced. Ducks on the pond. Strike one. See if Stevenson can climb back into the count. Or if River Litkey, he'll hit that over to short, over to second. He's safe at first, so fielder's choice, but a run is scored, and that is the speed runner for Cash Polson that scores the run. So now runners on the runners are on the corners. And American Fork extends their lead to 6-4. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. That's the second straight at bat where Stevenson has thrown 3 balls before getting a strike. Yeah, strike 1. And Bentley Taggart thought he was walking to first base. Two runs have scored here in the inning, and it's 6-4 American Fork. Top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. We go full. Here's the pitch. Check swing. He didn't go through, though, and that was a high, ball 4. So now the bases are loaded once again with 1 out.
That's way to roll over Ty Homestead.
Ty Homestead come to the plate next.
Running for the Caveman, number 7, Boston Jones.
And another mound meeting. And we will have a pitching change. We'll let you know who that is coming up next here on
the new
KSL.
pitcher. He'll move over from shortstop and come into pitch.
Numbers on him include 6 appearances, 0-2 record, 1.14 ERA, and also 12 1/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, 24 strikeouts, 1 home run, 52 batters faced. And he's in a bit of a jam here with the bases loaded. 1 out. And late in this one, top of the 5th. Welch to Homestead. Ball 1. That one is fouled even more. One the count. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. They're looking for a check swing. Didn't go through. So ball 2. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 3. We go full. So full count, bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the 5th with Ty Homestead. Speed runner at first. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a walk, and that'll bring in a run. That'll bring in Kenny Johnson.
Now play number 2, James Price.
So Willardson at third. The speed runner for Bentley Taggart is at second. Homestead's at first. And American Fork with a 7-4 lead. Swing and a miss there for Jens Price. He has a 2 RBI double. Here's the pitch. Driven into center field. And the catch is made for out number 2. And the run will come home. Is River Litke.
Now play number 1, Bodie.
And the lead is now extended to 8-4. With 2 outs, runners on the corners. And we're back to the top of the order with Bodie Guerrero. He's the only batter in the order that has not gone to the plate this inning until now. So we have now gone through the order here in the 5th inning. And a stolen base. So now 2 runners in scoring position. 2 outs. That one's down as well. So Welch, 2 balls, no strikes. Just needs a play here to get out of the inning. Giving up 4 runs here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 2-1 from Welch. And another swing and a miss. Strike 2. Deuce is wild. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But not without giving up 4 runs. American Fork holding an 8-4 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on KSLSports.com. Bottom of the 5th here at Larry Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University. Trevor Allen here with you. 6A baseball tournament here on KSLSports.com. And a grounder from Welch as he leads off, but go right to short for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, number 4, Hazen Elton.
Hazen Elton will make his 3rd appearance. A triple with two runs driven in and later scored a run. That happened in the first inning. Going to update the scoreboard here for you. 1-1 the count with one out. And caught by Johnson for out number 2.
Now play number 3, Dawson Brown.
Dawson Brown was due up, reached base on balls, and later scored in the third inning. And strike one. Cruz Adams still pitching for the Cavemen. He's done a great job. 4 strikeouts. He has given up 4 runs on 4 hits. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 for the Cavemen. They'll come to the plate next here at the top of the 6th on KSLSports.com. Gavin Robinson will lead off here for the Cavemen. Strike 1 on the night for Gavin. A double, later scored a run in the 5th inning. Also had a strikeout in the 2nd and grounded to short in the 1st inning. Check swing there, and he went through, so that's a strike. Strike 2. Here's the pitch. That one's sent into left field, and the catch is made by Murphy Madsen for out number 1.
Coming to the plate number 5, Cash Polson.
Cash Polson will come up next to the plate. That goes into the turf for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 evens the count at 1-1 with 1 out. No one on. And strike 2. Welch on the mound. As we're on the 3rd pitcher for Lehi, still the same pitcher for American Fork. Coach Ingersoll sticking with his same arm. Although he's got a plethora of great pitchers on his staff. Kenny Johnson's up next. And then if we get to that batter, Talon Willardson. Here's the pitch. Chopper to short, and that's out number 2.
Coming to the plate number 17, Kenny Johnson.
Johnson. He is 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Fouled that one off. Big time. That one went sailing down the third base side. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom, we go to the bottom of, bottom of the 6th. Sorry, getting lost on the innings there. Bottom of the 6th when we come back. Lead off for Lehi is Cole Ibarra. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Lehi down to their final 6 outs to try and get back into this one. If not, they'll be playing at 1:30 tomorrow against Corner Canyon. Or no, not against Corner Canyon, against Riverton. Yesterday, you go the first 2 games in bracket 2, and then the night games is the 2 games in bracket 1, and then you flip that, and now it's 1 each. So swing and a miss for Ibarra, and the count goes full. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. And a leadoff walk for Ibarra.
Play number 7, Murphy Madsen.
Murphy Madsen is up next. Sorry, fixing the scoreboard here. Murphy Madsen, 0 for 2. Fouled off. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Ball 1. And strike. 1-2 the count. No outs, 1 on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Nearly hit him. That'll even the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Outside we go Ball 3, so full count. Here's the pitch, and he hits him. So hit by pitch. Murphy Madsen's aboard. And that'll move Cole Ibarra over to second with no outs. We'll see if Coach pulls Cruz Adams. And they won't. Probably just letting them know, hey, let's calm down. I know you're probably starting to get exhausted. Let's try and get out of the inning here.
At the plate, number 6, Cannon Whiteley.
Kenan Whiteley will come to the plate, the pitcher. 1 for 2. Oh, just swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. No one's outside. American Fork fans were wanting a strike, and I don't know, that was a hard call. There's a reason why I'm up here. Here's the pitch. That one's also high. So back into the count is Whiteley. Timeout. And a wild pitch. Count will go full and the runners will advance. Big moment here for Lehi if they want to get back into this one. Here's the payoff pitch. And it'll be a walk. The bases are loaded. And the speed runner will come over for Whiteley, I believe. But I think we'll have a pitching change. We will. Cruz Adams' night is done. We'll get the new pitcher after this. Pitching for the Cavemen will be number 1, Bodie Guerrero. He's a senior. 8 appearances, 1 save. A 1.80 ERA for Bodie, as well as 11 2/3 innings pitched. 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. 6 walks, 10 strikeouts, 49 batters faced. And he'll try to get the Caveman out of this jam. Bases loaded, no outs. And Whiteley won't take a... Oh, yeah, because he's not pitching anymore. So Whiteley at first, Murphy Madsen at second, Coley Barra at third. Here's the pitch. Into the turf, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Ryder Schultz, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. And just like that, 3-0 for Guerrero that he's facing, along with the bases loaded, along with no outs. Prime opportunity here for the Pioneers. And strike 1. Here's the pitch. And strike 2, count goes full. Seems like every at-bat lately has been intense and it's gone the distance. Pitch. And called strike 3 for out number 1 and a backwards K for Guerrero. Brody Bauer at the plate. Ball 1. He's 0 for 1 with a base on balls tonight. Then we'll go to the top of the order with James Rex. Strike. 1-1 the count. Bases still loaded. And painting the outside corner, but just outside. Two one. And strike 2. Fouled off. Remains 2-2. Here's the pitch. Count goes full. Feel like we've seen this before already. Although last at bat, it was 3 straight balls and then 3 straight strikes for Guerrero. The payoff and a walk, and that'll bring in a run. 8-5 is our score. But the base is still loaded. James Rex now coming to the plate. So Murphy Madsen scores. Or excuse me, Coley Barra. Murphy Madsen is at third. Cannon Whiteley is at second base. Brody Bauer is on board at first. 1 out, 0-1 the count. Here for James Rex. He had a triple, later scored a run, and then reached fielder's choice, and then flew out to left field. Here's the 1-1. And the ball 2. Fans starting to get restless here. An intense baseball game, that's for sure. Here's the pitch. Strike. Two the count. Rex in the box. Guerrero with the delivery. And that went behind Rex. And the count will go full for the 3rd straight at bat. Guerrero has gone full count since he's been on the mound, every at bat. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And a big strikeout for Guerrero for out number 2. Looks like coach is talking to the umpire. Rex might have thought he got hit. I think that's what he's talking to him about. So they're saying out. Now Rex will go to the dugout. Jake Welch will come to the plate. But the base is still loaded, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th. 8-5 is our score. This is not an elimination game. This is in the winner's bracket. So no matter what, both of these teams will play tomorrow. It's just a matter of the loser of this game will have to play twice to stay alive tomorrow. And the winner will just have to play once for a chance at going to the state championship series. For Welch, he's 0 for 2. He also reached base on balls back in the 1st inning, scored a run, and then struck out and grounded out to short in his last at bat And strike one to begin the at-bat here for Welch. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball one. Just like last night, this ballpark's pretty full. Some entertaining baseball right into the glove of Kenny Johnson. That was a line drive to first and went into the outstretched glove of Johnson, and that'll end the inning. 1 run given up, an 8-5 lead for American Fork as we head to the top of the 7th here on KSLSports.com. American Fork will be Talon Willardson in the 5-hole, so 5, 6, 7 in the order. Willardson, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And then we'll see River Litke and Bentley Taggart right over to first. And the easy tag for out number 1.
Now playing the 3, River Lehi.
River Litke now. Sacrifice fly, scored. Or excuse me, an RBI. That one's low, ball 1. So far to this point, American Fork, 8 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. And for Lehi, 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. So 3-1 the count. Here for Litke. Strike. That brings the count full. Once again, this time it's carried over for Lehi's pitching staff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Litke is down on strikes for out number 2. In a mound meeting, we're going to have a pitching change. Maybe because he doesn't want to rest him. I think he's heading towards that one-day rest. Because normally you don't bring out the pitcher if he just struck a batter out, but I'm guessing it's the pitch count. Ryder Oki will come into pitch for the Pioneers. In 3 appearances, he has a 1-0 record, 2.74 ERA, and 7 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 3 base on balls, 6 strikeouts, 36 batters faced. And he'll face Bentley Taggart with 2 outs. So the designated hitter is 1 for 2. Also reaching base on balls. Has a single, later scored a run. Here's the pitch. And just like that, a base hit for Bentley Taggart. So a single. So that one's driven into center field, right down the middle. So 1 on with 2 outs.
Now playing 11, Ty Homestead.
Ty Homestead come to the plate. Reached base on balls. And also has a single and scored a run.
Running number 10, Braden Lifty.
Number 10 for American Fork is the speed runner. Braden Litke. Oki with a strike. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Or excuse me, strike two. Here's the 0-2. And strike three, so a backwards K for Ryder Oki. And we'll go to the bottom of the seventh. 3 outs left for Lehi here on KSLSports.com. Middle of the order here for the Pioneers, the 3-4-5 hitters. Leading off, number 4, Hazen Elton. He has a 2 RBI triple back in the first inning. He's also the catcher. And then we'll see Dawson Brown and Coley Barra. And if we get to the next batter, that would be Murphy Madsen. Check swing. And they're saying yes, strike one. Strike two. Getting ahead of the count is Bodie Guerrero. Fouled off. So Lehi down to their final 3 outs. To either force extra innings, they need to get 3 runs in, or they will be playing in the 1-loss bracket tomorrow. And American Fork will sit back and know that they will just play 1 game for a chance to get to the state championship series, as that one's into the turf for ball 1. It's high into near foul territory and caught by the right fielder, Licky, for out number 1. Now 2 outs away from a win.
Now plate number 3, Dawson Brown.
Dawson Brown will come to the plate. And hit by a pitch. So Brown is aboard.
Plate number 5, Coley Barra.
Coley Barra. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for Ibarra. He does have a strikeout tonight. So he struck out looking in the first inning. That one's inside. Ball one. And a swing. Strike two. Or, excuse me, a take, but that goes for a strike. Pickoff attempt. 1-2 the count. For Guerrero, trying to close this one out. One out, one on. Here's the pitch. Line drive to right field. The catch is made for out number 2.
Coming to pin 7, Murphy Madsen.
So down to their final out is the Pioneers. Murphy Madsen trying to keep this game alive with the tying run in the on deck circle. That one was a low ball one. One-0. Here's the pitch. Nearly hit him. Ball 2. Checks over at first. Guerrero with the pitch. That's a wild pitch. That will send Dawson Brown to second base. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Good pitch placement there for Guerrero. Fouled off. Count goes full, down to their final strike. Here's the payoff. Line drive into right field. And that'll put Brown at third, so a single to stay alive for Murphy Madsen. Cannon Whiteley is up next with runners at the corners with 2 outs. And he hits him. That'll load up the bases. Madsen will go to second. And Whiteley is aboard via hit by pitch. And coach is going to come out and talk to Gajero. Again, down to their last out. And Lehi is finding a way to keep their hopes alive to try and pull off a win here. Ryder Schultz will come to the plate next. Struck out twice, but does have a single back in the second inning. He has a chance for a walk-off win if he can clear the bases. But the tying run is at first. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Down the middle, strike two. May have been a little high, but still in the strike zone. Down to their final strike once again. Gajero gets his pitch. Here's the delivery, and fouled off. Here's the 0-2 from Gajero. Sent right to the third baseman, and that'll end the game. American Fork will advance. And Lehi will drop to the one-loss bracket and will play tomorrow in a rematch with Riverton.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you exit tonight, please look around you, make sure you have all your personal items. And if you would help us, please make sure to pick up any trash that you might be responsible for, maybe even an extra piece to help this cleaning crew tonight so we can be prepped and ready for tomorrow. Again,
our player of the game. Man, where do you even start? It's kind of spread throughout. But I would say a big play that was made to kind of break this one open a little bit was the 2 RBI double by Jens Price back in the back of the second inning. So we'll go ahead and give that to Jens Price, our Tab Bank player of the game. So let's go ahead and set up tomorrow's schedule. So I update the bracket here. So, beginning at 11 a.m., will be an elimination game between number 2 Mountain Ridge and number 11 Corner Canyon. And the winner of that game will take on number 7 Sky Ridge at 4:30. Then, at 1:30, we'll have another elimination game between number 5 Lehi and number 4 Riverton. And the winner of that game will take on number 1 American Fork at 7 o'clock. All for a chance to get to the state championship series, which will begin Friday. For Austin Bigelow, I'm Trevor Allen. Thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 11 a.m. here on KSLSports.com.